You are flying and you are bouncing around, and you see the sky, then you see the ground, you see the sky, and you know exactly where you are, and you keep moving, you want to stop. Then the car stopped. I saw a little space to go out, and I said I go out quickly, and my mom will watch TV.
Road for the Alpine of Jack Doohan.
See it on the steering wheel, and he's lost rear load, and
from the camera at turn 2, big impact into
Bottas has lost 4 places already as they file their way through, and Lance Stroll going off the track already, and that is that damage for Lando Norris. That's certainly damage, and a big fire there as they exited out of turn 3, and that looks very nasty in turn 3. And you see Grosjean, one car out there, and then Grosjean to the right hand side. Just going.
It's very difficult because he lost it really early. If you see when he went left, he was, you know what I mean? He came in sideways, and you know, yes, the barrier could be a little softer, maybe.
Ferrari's engine probably isn't quite as powerful. Oops, and big problems. That was something broken on the car for sure. Big crash by Berger. Without any doubt, it went straight on.
And oh heavens above! This is dreadful. This is the. There are no words that can add to this appalling picture. The car off, and thank heavens there is a fire tender on the spot.
Wow, that's right. Oh, broken car. Piece falls off the back.
Has dropped to 3rd behind Ralph. Heidfeld battles for 5th, but the German is too eager on the brakes, and the repercussions are horrific. That sends shockwaves down the pit lane.
I saw that it was right in front of me. Good chance.
He gets in between him and George Russell. Gasly backs out. There's the initial content. That's where the car then is upside down onto the gravel, and then it flips and tries to right itself, and as it does so, that's by the barriers, and then it goes over the tyre barrier and into the catch fencing. So he was actually, Martin, upside down, as you can see, and the roll hoop and the halo very much doing its job before the car digs in. And
gap down the inside for Michael Schumacher. DC ran wide out of La Source, and the next instant there was mayhem as Coulthard ran up on the exit curb and spun back into the middle of the pack, triggering a multi-car shunt and eliminating several cars on the spot. Significantly, Damon Hill squeezed his...
As imagens do acidente foram claras, mas demorou para entender como aquela peça estava voando no meio da pista.
Conditions on the track, even worse off the track, and that's the results of what happened. We can have a listen now to some team radio. George Russell was very quickly on. There was absolutely nothing he could do. The car just went on under braking, just stepped out from underneath him.
When you have spectacular ones like that, the energy's dissipated over a long distance with all the bits and pieces flying off as well. It's not the sudden stop. They're the ones that really hurt. So whilst it looks spectacular, as long as nothing comes into the cockpit.
Huge amount of debris on the track. He's moving around in the cockpit. That's great to see. What happened to Lance Stroll? And yeah, absolutely no chance of avoiding the accidents. I said potentially coming into the pits. Oh, that's
in adequately for the second part of it. He just gets slightly wide out on that outside part of the curb. Big crash on board with Lance Stroll. He was trying to wring the neck of the speed there, and he finds the barrier.
Fernando Alonso goes off the track. That's a high-speed crash, and he's made contact with Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin. That is a big moment.
Grand Prix is go with a good reaction time for the Ferraris, but Max Verstappen is trying to dart between the pair of them. The slipstreaming that we normally see is not happening. Verstappen's got a good launch, he's already up to second. I reckon that's the race lead in the inside line. Checo Perez trying to go around the outside, he's made contact with Charles Leclerc into the first corner.
Late on the brakes on the outside, but there's just not enough room. He tried to force the issue a little bit, tried to squeeze Leclerc down, but he had Verstappen on the
Bernard and all bearing down on a slowing Brundle. Amazingly, no one is seriously injured.
Being ahead.
He's hit the wall. He clipped the wall on the inside.
And the Qatar Grand Prix is go! Good reaction time for Lewis Hamilton. George Russell putting the pressure on Max Verstappen. Hamilton got the launch off the line, goes around the outside, he's hit his teammate. Lewis Hamilton turns into George Russell.